My name is Arar, and this is my channel, Beyond the Rant, and I help humans become beings by living a life of purpose, gratitude, and fulfillment. It's the body, mind, and soul working in harmony. That's how it's done, my friends. The person I am today, the person I am at this moment here in Chisinau, downtown Chisinau, it took a long journey of struggle, sadness, depression, and it showed in my external life and my internal life. You know, as I say, as within, so without. One of the things I was having a difficult time was forgiveness. Yeah, like many other humans on their own journey, I was able to forgive other people, you know, for the wrongs they did, knowingly or unknowingly. But I was having a very, very difficult time on forgiving myself. Well, my friends, here's how I was able to forgive myself. It's a very effective method. You don't have to sit in front of a mirror and say, I forgive you, I forgive you. And after you do this, my friends, small miracles will start happening in your life. It's really amazing. It really transformed my life. It was like a bundle of rocks lifted off my back. First off, I want you to know this. It is this fact. You are a human being. A human being. We take that for granted. You know, we really take it for granted. You are a being playing the human role. It's very important that you begin to feel this from your heart. The truth of the matter is, the unawakened mind can't comprehend this because the unawakened mind thinks in division, it thinks in multiplicity, it thinks in manyness. It also thinks in linear time, the space-time. You can't do this process with your mind. But you might say, Arar, hey, the mind is all I use. That might be true, that may be so, but in the beginning. But as you'll find, even as you proceed with this process, your heart will begin to open. You'll begin to feel a joy you never knew you had. I can say it works. It worked for others. It worked for me. You know, if it's worked for me, believe me, it can work for you. You have to be open to it. You have to be committed to the process. You have to just ask yourself, do you really want to live the life you're living right now? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? If you're not, maybe you might have a nice life. Maybe you might have nice things. You might have a nice job, or maybe not. Maybe you have a nice family, but are you happy? You know, become convinced by investigating, by exploring. Remember, spirituality is not a teaching. It's actually a discovery. It's a discovery that you are a being playing a human role. The being has one law, one secret, one amazing secret. This is so great that even to contemplate it, it'll bring positive change to your life. It's the highest law. There's nothing other higher than this. And this law is called unconditional love. Unconditional love. That's the law. That's the secret. Now, when we hear unconditional love, we might just start to say, oh, that's cliche, that's too much, you know, I can't comprehend it. There's no such thing as unconditional love. But I can't even begin to feel it, you know, that's what you might think. But remember one thing, this is all we ever want in our life. Didn't you ever feel hurt or rejected or unwanted sometimes, or unloved or not respected or looked down on by other people? Didn't it feel really bad? And sometimes we develop a guilt out of it. And you know, we even take it to our dreams at night. Why is that? This is because we always want unconditional love. All emotional pain is ultimately seeking of unconditional love. Examples like a parent dealing with a troublesome child. And the parent doesn't know how to deal with this child, with him or her. So the parent hits the child, the parent yells at the child, or the parent scolds the child in front of people. they're doing this because they don't understand. And the child, of course, gets even more troublesome, gets more detached and gets damaged as a kid. Because in his or her heart, the child is crying out, mommy, daddy, mama, papa, please love me as I am, not as you want me to be. See, this is our natural cry. So we have to know who we are and allow ourselves to be. This is the freedom of being. This is our birthright, to express who we are. And when you find that out, then you are really being. It's really, really spiritual. Okay, so this is how you begin to forgive yourself. Now, whether you suffer from anxiety, whether you suffer from depression, or anger issues, or frustration, or confusion, or you don't think you're enough, or any kind of deep emotional pain, all kinds of suffering, they are all seeking of unconditional love. Just know that. Now, by taking time to feel this out, really feel it from your heart, not from your mind, not from your intellectual point of view, but from your heart. That every time you feel anxious, every time you feel difficult, every time you feel lacking, every time you feel depressed, it is a deep need to feel okay. And feeling okay comes from being loved unconditionally. Okay, the first step for you to love yourself unconditionally. Now, how do you do that, right? It's like this. Next time you feel anxious, next time you feel depressed, or you feel like a failure in life, or you feel lacking, or you just don't feel good inside, or suffering of any kind, become aware of it. Say it to yourself, I'm not at ease right now, I'm not comfortable with myself. Acknowledge it to yourself. Then take a deep, deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take your time. Take a long time inhaling. And then take a long time exhaling. This brings you to the moment of now. Then, when you're at this moment, say thank you. Thank you for making me aware of this. Thank you for making me aware of that I'm not comfortable with myself. Thank you for making me aware of this, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you're probably asking yourself, who are you thanking? Who are you thanking? You're thanking unconditional love. And unconditional love is known as many things. It's known as God, it's known as Source, it's known as oneness, it's known as infinite intelligence, it's known as universe. So it doesn't matter what label you put on it. It's the same thing. It's unconditional love. It is all unconditional love. It's been proven by millions of people all over the globe, just like me and you, from all walks of life, from all creeds, from all religions, from all lifestyles. We are having a global spiritual awakening. It's either caused by near-death experiences, or it's caused by deep meditation, or it's caused from starting to go on our own journey to love ourselves. And maybe for the first time, this one thing, whether it's light at the end of the tunnel, whether it's this peace you feel when you meditate, it's all the same experience. It's all one thing. All these experiences are this feeling of unconditional love. That is the experience. It's so amazing. It's wonderful. It's so amazing that they say 99% of people that have had this experience, if they had to choose whether to come back to their body, they would not come back to their body. I certainly would not. This is how amazing it is. This is what you do. I'm going to say it again. You acknowledge how you are feeling. You acknowledge how you're feeling, no matter what. And that's okay. And remember, we have something called guilt. It's been ingrained in us not only by our parents, but by the way religion has been taught to us. It tells us, some religions tell us we're born in sin. Or some religions say we create sin, we commit sin and then we have to forgive. Or, you should be ashamed of thinking like this or doing this. You should be ashamed of yourself, or you're going to be punished for this or that. This makes us feel wrong inside. And so by making us feel wrong inside, we feel guilty. And guilt is a very sticky feeling. It's like having gum in your hair. What happens when you try to get rid of that gum in your hair? It gets tangled more and more. That's because one thing about guilt is that guilt begins to seek power. It sounds weird, but it begins to seek power. It does this by either like through masochism or sadism. I'm not saying it right, but whatever. Masochism is like self-inflicted pain, self-punishment. You know, that talk of like, I'm not good enough, there's something wrong with me, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, you know, something's missing in my life. See, this is all guilt. And also it comes in the form of sadism. That comes in the form of brutality or cruelty to animals, cruelty to other people. And usually it's people that are closest to you. You know, like that, you know, I want to get revenge. You know, I want to make you pay for making me feel bad. You know, that kind of mindset. This is all guilt. Does that make us feel happy in the end? No, it doesn't. Actually, it increases that form of self-loathing. So there's only one thing, my friends, that works. That is unconditional love. So here's the process again. The moment you feel any discomfort, you take a deep breath. Then you be thankful to the unconditional love that you are. Talk to it. Talk to it from your heart. Embrace it. Love it and say, thank you for making me aware of this, because it means I am seeking you. Thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for this, from the heart. And that's it. In time, this becomes an easier and easier process to do on your own. And when you see, then you'll start seeing your life changes. You'll start seeing how beautiful life is. You will awaken to a whole new way of looking at things, whole new way of looking at yourself and the choices you make. You know, the choices that have an impact on your body, on your mind, on your soul. So if you love yourself, would you harm yourself mentally? You know, would you say I'm a loser? Would you say I'm worthless? No, you wouldn't. Would you harm yourself physically? Would you put in foods that are not nutritious to you, that are harmful for you? No, you would not. Would you harm the people around you? No, you wouldn't. You would understand that everything is connected. You know, one thing affects another. It's that simple. So thank you for listening. Please comment below, you know, like, subscribe, and let me know if this technique helps you. And remember, healthy body, healthy mind equals a healthy soul. Peace.